we don't run our team didn't run the same things that the '04 guys did. And this team, they run some different things to get different guys shots that we didn't do. So Coach Donovan's really good at tailoring his offense and defense to the talent that he has and their ability. So I'm sure that they'll be good.
Okay. Well, what do you think is next for Billy Donovan? Do you think he's going to stay in Florida for a long time, or do you think that there's another job he has an eye out for? It's hard to think about because there's not a lot of rumors going on, but some of the hot coaches in college basketball don't say a word, and they see a job, they just snap their fingers and go. Do you think Billy's going to stay in Florida for a long time?
Anything I say is purely off speculation. I have no idea, but I do think that as a basketball, it's hard for a basketball coach to stay, and unless it's Kentucky or Duke or somewhere like a program like that. It's a football school, and even though we've had great success with our basketball, it'll always be the football will be our most dominant fan base, and when I can never see him within the next couple of years. I wouldn't see him leaving, but I think down the road as a coach. I think there's a chance that he would go to maybe a Kentucky or maybe somewhere like that. Maybe not Duke. He would never go to Duke. But if a job opened up like that, I think that you have to. And they offered more money. But Jeremy Foley, he's a great athletic director, and his relationship with Coach Donovan, I think, is what kept him, here. Even when he went to the Magic, I think that. Jeremy Foley, his ability to reach into his pocketbook and pay what these other schools are paying, and his idea of what his athletic program should be is really really key to keeping Coach Donovan here.
Right.
So I think I'm a huge Coach Donovan fan. I think we let him go, and that's a big disappointment to our Gator basketball community.
Yeah.
I'd like to see him stay there until he's 65 and roll around in a wheelchair out there, but who knows what's going to happen.
Yeah, that would be something. Although he's turned Kentucky down once before.
Yeah, he did.
Oh, we'll have to see what happens, though. Obviously, none of us hold a crystal ball. When you first got the news that Florida wanted you, all right, you thought that you're going to have a great future. What exactly are you thinking now? How do your thoughts when you first got into Florida compare to what you think now of your time in Florida?
I've looked back on it and been like, what if I went to this school? Or because there was also a time my freshman year, I think it was after the Vanderbilt game where I was like, I'm transferring. I'm not playing like I want to play. I feel like I'm not able to really get in a rhythm here. I'm playing behind Chandler. I don't know if I'm going to be able to beat him out for the spot. We play in the same position. And I really contemplated transferring after my freshman year. When I look back on it, though, it's easy to say, what if I went to this school, or what if I went to that spot? I never got hurt. Where would I be right now? But what really, right now, I wouldn't change a thing. Everything that happened to me, it's made me the person that I am today. The friends that I have, the people that I met, Gainesville and the Gator community, it really, I wouldn't change it for the world, And
yeah.
I'll always have that connection, and the coaching staff, and I look at it my dream was to play in the NBA. But I was also fortunate enough to be roommates for 4 years and best friends with a kid, in my same shoes and position that made it, and it was in the All-Star game this week, not All-Star game, but the what do we call it, the sophomore game.
The rookie sophomore game, right. So no regrets for you?
No regrets, man. The only regret I have is missing that free throw that came off the back of the rim that I hurt my knee on. But other than that, I really had a great time in Florida. I love that school. I love the Gator Nation, and always will. So I can't say that I have any regrets when it comes to that.
Okay. So what exactly do you remember most fondly about your time at Florida? What comes to mind as you walk away from Gainesville?
Really just the bonding that I have with my teammates. When you live with people and you do everything every day with them, you become really close with them, and in and out. And my best thing that I took out of that was the relationships that I have, with my old roommates and teammates and the people in that area. and the fraternity, the sororities, and all that stuff. Like my relationships with people is the best thing that I got out of my experience in Florida.
Well, what's the next step for you personally? You transferred to Rollins. You're with Kyle McClanahan, there, another former Gator. But what do you expect for your future?
Well, I am I'm getting my master's in human resources, and I'm currently doing a project right now, a class involved with NBA. And I'm contacting human resource directors from NBA teams and doing the case, not a case study, but analyzing their human resource processes and putting together a portfolio that might help me get a job one day with an NBA team. Ultimately, I want to do something in basketball, but I'm not sure if I want to get into coaching. I'm not sure if I want to do a bunch of things. I just gotta for me, coming here to grad school is a time for me to figure out exactly what I want to do and to talk to a bunch of people and to figure it out. Because after I graduate, I could end up getting into coaching. It's definitely a possibility, but right now I'm really focusing on focusing on my degree and how I'm going to use this and what type of job I can get with this and making connections and networking. And I want to do something with basketball though. Come to that conclusion.
That's definite. You made that decision for.
Yeah, I definitely do. I've sat and thought long and hard about it, and I remember when I first graduated, I was moving got my insurance license, I was gonna sell insurance for Farm Bureau, and I went and shadowed my uncle for a week, and I was you know what, nothing against that profession, I could do it because I'm good with people and I can talk, and but if I start doing that, I'm gonna be miserable. That's not me. That's
Right.
not it's not what I know how to want to do. I could do it. Don't get me wrong, but it's not.
It's not what you want to do most.
Yeah, exactly. So.
Well, Adam, I really appreciate you coming on and talking to me. Best of luck. You have a game tonight, right?
Yeah, we got Florida Tech at home tonight, so I'm gonna go get me a little pregame dinner and get ready for that one.
All right. Well.
I probably have the strictest regimen as far as practice and pregame routine goes and everything I got going on. It's pretty funny. I've got it down to a science of how I can maximize my time out on the court and minimize my time it takes to recover. I got my yoga routine I do an hour before the game, ride the bike for 15 minutes, got some more stretches I got going on, lift me up, and I feel good in the game. So.
Well, it's not exactly where you thought you'd be at the beginning of your career, but you've said it yourself. You wouldn't change it for the world.
I definitely, and the people here at Rollins are great too. My teammates, my coaches, the people that I met here. I couldn't, I couldn't be happier given my situation.
Well, I'm happy for you. It's a pretty good story, and I'm glad it worked out for you.
All right, thanks, my man. I really do appreciate you doing that.
Well, thanks a lot. Appreciate it.
All right, man. Yeah, no problem. Take it easy.
You too.